So, I want to tell you all the story. Despite the impression that you might have gotten from my last story time, I'm an awkwardly nice person. Until you, personally offend me. So, I was doing laundry last night, and I do laundry usually very late at night after my kids are asleep. I usually go, sorry. My son is trying to stop the video. I usually go down after the kids go asleep while they're sleeping and my husband's here sleeping. I usually just take the clothes and go down by myself. Lately, I've been making my friend come with me just so I'm not alone. So we went down, and when we got there, they were still doing the camp's laundry. So I put my laundry in the washers that were open, which I only had 3 loads. Luckily, they had exactly 3 washers open that would fit it. So I put it in, and then me and my friend just left, and we were hanging out outside. We went over to the store at one point just to walk around and do something, just staying out of people's way, and I knew I wasn't going to get a dryer anytime soon, so I wasn't in a huge rush to get back. The laundromat finished doing the camp's laundry, and everybody left, so I was like, okay, now I can go in and put my laundry in the dryer, finally, after 2 hours of waiting for a dryer. So we put the laundry in, and then we were just hanging out, waiting for my laundry to dry at this point. So this older woman comes in to do her laundry, and at first, we didn't really hang out inside, so we didn't really talk to her or anything. But when she came out, when she was leaving, because her stuff got done before mine, when she was leaving, she stopped and started talking to us. And we probably talked for a good 40 minutes just about the most random things. We were talking about our families and how old we were, because she thought I was super young. I told her I had 2 kids, and she's like, you don't look like you're old enough to have 1 kid, let alone 2. Which I do have to say, in today's society, doesn't always mean anything. You can have kids very young, and that it is what it is. But no, I told her, I said, no, I'm 27, I've got 2 kids, I'm married. And then my friend who was with me is actually 2 years older than I am. But she looks like she's a lot younger than me. She looks like she's still a teenager. So I enjoy telling people how old she is. Sorry, Casey. We were talking about that. And then I need new flip-flops because I have cheap, Walmart flip-flops that I've had for 2 years. Shockingly, they've lasted for 2 years. You throw that, baby. But I need new flip-flops, so I'm sitting there picking at it because it's starting to tear. And the woman was like, what size shoe do you wear? And I'm like, 8 or 8.5, depending on the shoe. And she's like, I have a pair of shoes in the car. I can't wear them. They hurt my feet. They make my feet bark, is exactly what she said. And I was like, oh, okay. I'll look at the shoes. And I ended up taking them. And she was like, I washed them, I promise. She's like, I only wore them a couple times, and I had socks on when I was wearing them, and I washed them. So they're not dirty or anything. And I mean, they're really cute shoes. They're just Champion sneakers. But it was really awkward. And I'm like, I don't really encourage taking stuff like that from strangers, because just you never know where it's been or what you're getting yourself into or anything. But she's like, hey, come back with me to the car. And we were in a parking lot and there wasn't a whole lot of people there. I was just like, this is a little sketch. And but I don't know how to say no. I don't want to offend her or be rude about it. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, we'll go back to your car, which is across the parking lot. Luckily it's a lighted parking lot. And she was this, she was this little elderly lady. I wasn't scared of her or anything. I just the whole situation was just awkward for me. And I'm in the back of my head, I'm just praying, please stop talking to me. I don't know what to say. I feel so weird. like, I don't do good around strangers and people, and like I said, I'm usually like really nice to people, but I just never know what to say. Like, I don't know where to bring the conversation, and then there's always that like weird awkward silence, and you're just like, are they gonna leave, or are they just gonna stand there and stare at me while I have nothing to say? So I'm like really self-conscious about that. But I got a pair of shoes last night while I was doing laundry. The weirdest things happened to me. Oh my god. I'm the most awkward person. And my friend that was with me, she's not much more socially adept than I am. So it was awkward for both of us. But the woman was so sweet, and she just kept talking, and I was like, oh, my Lanta. At one point, I was even like, I turned around and I looked inside the laundromat. I'm like, oh, well, I think my laundry's done. I should probably go get it. And then she just like kept talking. I'm like, okay. Even that social cue, like, even I know that means I gotta go. Like, but I don't know. Like, it was really sweet, and she was really nice, and it was, you know, nothing bad happened. It wasn't anything. It was just like awkward. It was just awkward and weird. So y'all let me know. Do you get like that in social situations, or are you just like point blank like, nah? And then even like when we went to the store next door to the laundromat, thank you. When we went to the store next door to the laundromat, like I had my eyeliner stamps, I had my face stamps on, and the cashier was like, are those real? Or are those permanent? I think is what she said. And I was like, no, they're just stamps, you know. I personally wouldn't get a face tattoo like that. She goes, oh. She was like, yeah, because you don't want to be like some old woman with tattoos, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to look like that when I'm older. And it's just like, I don't know you. Like, I actually have literally no problem with tattoos. I have tattoos. As a personal preference, I would never get tattoos on the front of my neck or my face. Behind the ear is fine. I have one on the back of my neck. Like, I have one on my side. I have them on my arms. But just personally, I would never get one on my face. Although I've seen people with face tattoos that I think look amazing. So again, it's just personal preference, but she was like going hard at the fact that she did not like face tattoos, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry to offend you. Like, I don't know what to say. Why are you like getting so like agitated over my face stamps? And then I bought me and my friends little TY keychains. They're little toucans. They're really cute. But I bought us matching ones, and the cashier again was like, oh, presents for the kids. And my friend that was with me, she like kind of smirked, and I'm like, and she's like, oh, are they for you? And I'm like, yeah, they're for us. I don't know. Is it me? Is it me? Am I just that awkward? Like, I don't know how to... Am I just like that awkward that I don't know how to react in like social situations? Cause I don't at all. Dance to your daddy, my bonnie laddie. Dance to your daddy, my bonnie lad. You shall have a fishy on a little dishy. You shall have a fishy when the boat comes in. Ride away, Johnny shall ride. And he shall have a pussycat tied to one side. And he shall have a little dog tied to the other. And Johnny shall ride to see his grandmother. Story time. And literal story time. Alright guys, apparently my son wants to read this book. So I'm gonna go. Can you say goodbye?
Bye.
Look, PJ, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Say I love you.
I know.
Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. This video, all my story times are YouTube exclusives. I do not post story times on Facebook. So, here's looking at you, YouTube.